you, Vaishnavi, for joining in today's interview session. How are you doing today?
I'm good. What about you, sir?
I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. So, before we proceed, can you please give a brief introduction about yourself?
Yes, sir. First of all, I would like to thank you, sir, for providing me this opportunity. My name is Vaishnavi Tage. I am from Ahmednagar. I belongs to a middle class family. My father is teacher and my mother is a housewife. Currently, I am pursuing BE Computer in SKNSITS Lonavala. I completed 10th in MTKV school and 12th in a residential junior college. My hobbies are drawing and listening music. My strength are I am a self motivated and hardworking. Also, my goal is to enter in IT industry and learn new technologies. This is all about myself, sir. Thank you.
Thank you for introducing yourself, Vaishnavi. So, Vaishnavi, as you have come up for today's interview and the profile is based on testing, why have you chosen testing to be your career?
Because in my last year project or also in a third year project, in that project, my in that project, I do test for two whole project. So in that then I search in testing. Then I interest in testing.
Okay, that's nice. So, right. So when you had been learning testing or throughout your journey that you had so far, I guess you have lot of challenges, lot of hurdles that you had to cross. So can you explain some of the challenges that you faced and how did you handle that?
Yes, sir. First, in a third year project, my third year project is a contact management system. In that project, I lead that project, and also in that whole project, I worked on testing that project. So then, first of all, in that project, I test my whole project using manual testing. Then. mm then I search for test what is testing type. Then I search in Google also. Then I know the testing has a two type. Then also automation testing in a last year fourth year project. My fourth year project is Ally, an intelligent virtual assistant using AI. In that project, I used manual testing, also automation testing. I used automation testing with the help of YouTube, but I also search what is automation testing, how do automation testing. That search in a YouTube also on a Google. That's
Okay, so these were the challenges that you faced because you had been using manual as well as automation testing.
yes.
Okay, and
Uh,
yes, continue please.
Challenges is first time I don't know what is testing, but in my college, my my guide teacher is told me in your project you must use testing. What is testing? Then he asked the question about testing. Then that time we don't know the what is testing. Then that time I then research what is testing or how the testing is doing. So
Okay, that's nice. So as you mentioned that in one of the projects you told that you led, right? You were a leader. You were leading that
yes,
project as you mentioned.
yes.
So what are the three qualities that you think should be present in a leader so that he or she can manage an entire team?
First, communication is important. Also we connect. Also we polite means distribute the work in a that particular partner to he do well. Then third also, mm,
Not a problem. It's fine. Two qualities are enough. So, so do you think that you do possess all the two qualities that you mentioned?
Yes, sir.
Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years of time?
In next 5 year, I see myself a successful employee, also in a more responsibility and work in a senior position.
Do you have any position in mind? Senior position, as in?
No, just like a project leading
So you want to
senior
be a
position.
project manager or a team leader?
Yes.
Okay, that's great. That's good ambition that you have set for yourself. So, right. So, do you consider yourself to be a hard worker or a smart worker?
Um, uh, I consider a hard worker because my strength are I am a hard working person. Then I said I am a hard working person because when I take any work, then that work mm, I do 100%. Uh, so
So,
I'm
what
hard
is the
work.
difference between, as you mentioned, that you are a hard worker and definitely not a smart worker? So, what is the difference between these two? Means, what who is called to be a hard worker and who is said to be a smart worker?
Smart workers means he use brain, he use a thing. Means a hard worker do that work do that work only that only one type, and a smart worker do that work that thing that work in a different type. So,
So, hard workers don't use brain.
yes, he used brain, but he only doing what he have give
Mhm.
means mm, he have one work. He do that work in a only one way. Or a smart worker on thinking that work in a different way. How can I complete that work in a mm, in specific not in specific time, also small time less than specific time.
Okay, that's nice. Suppose in a project you are working within a team. Suppose you get selected in today's interview and you are working in a team, in a project, and your project manager has asked you to learn a technology, a new thing, which is completely new. So, how you are going to cope up to learn to this new thing and new technology and work and implement that directly in your project? How good are you with this skill set of learning new things quickly?
Sir, please repeat question. I don't understand.
Right. Suppose you get selected today, okay, and you are working in a project. Suppose you are working under me, I am your project manager, and I have asked you that, Vaishnavi, you need to learn a new technology, and there is a project that is soon going to come wherein you need to implement that new thing that you will be learning. So, how good are you in to learning things quickly and implementing those things that you have learned in your project?
And firstly, I searched that technology in Google. Then I used W3 School. Also, I used to learn quickly that technology to use YouTube videos. So when I used a YouTube video, then I learned quickly. Also, I used W3 School for learn that technology.
Okay, nice. So, suppose if you are not selected today in today's interview, what will be your approach towards your next interview session?
If I'm not selected in this interview, then I find a different queries. Means what wrong wrong I do in this interview. I find firstly. Then I study hard. I study hard. Then I study hard for next interview, and I also my aim is to clear that next interview.
That's great. So, do you like to experiment with your work, or do you like to experiment with new things, learning new things? Do you like to experiment like that?
Mm, Sir, I don't understand.
Suppose you are
Please
learning,
repeat
or you're
question.
suppose you are working in a technology, or you are working in a particular domain. Suppose say testing. So, do you like to
Mm.
experiment testing with some kind of development skills at the same time, or you focus completely on that particular technology when you are working in some project? Might be in your college you have worked.
I focus on that technology only
Okay,
because that time this is the that technology is important for me, not other
okay,
technology. When that technology is complete learn, then I see next technology.
okay. What is or are your biggest achievements till date?
Biggest achievement is um, currently uh, currently I complete my fourth year project. This is my big achievement because in that project many difficulties I have faced. Just like I don't know firstly what is a testing, then I search for search about testing, then that time I learn what is testing, how do testing, then this is my big achievement too. um, this is my big achievement.
Right. Suppose if you have to work within a particular deadline, okay, every project has got a deadline that within this particular time you have this project is required to be completed. How do you manage your time? Means, can you describe your time management skills in one or two lines?
Mm, yes, first my college give time is a 6 month, 6 month, 6 month. Then we do that project in a starting for when fourth year start. Then I do that. I do work for that project. Then firstly in that project, my work is a developer, just like a developer. So in that project, I make a different intent on JSON file. Then that file I mm, in that file different type of a question I write, just like an answer and a questions. So in a weekly, um, I do in weekly divided that work. Then in weekly I do that work in a only 2 3 hours in a daily. Also in a Saturday Sunday I collect all that work, and then I send that work to my group leader.
Okay, that's nice. So the final question I would like to ask that in case you are selected today and you are asked to work as a developer instead of a tester, would you be switching your profile to be a developer, or will you like to continue to be a tester and go for a different role or a different company?
Mm, No, sir. I can't switch my role because I am interested in testing. Then I search for the if I selected in this company for a tester, then I do job. But not tester for a developer, then I don't do job then.
Okay, that's nice. So with this, I have come to the end of today's HR round, and we will start with the technical round in the next 1 or 2 minutes. If you want to have a glass of water in between, you can have.
No, sir. Thank you.
That's good.